Good morning, everybody. It's a lovely day here in London. It's a beautiful morning, and I believe it's the same wherever you are. Well, welcome back to the show. My name is Philip Kutia Jayakumar, and I'm very excited for today.
And I'm Amanda Jayakumar, Philip's wife, and we're very happy to be here with all of you today and to have you back with us. So I saw that you brought an interesting item with you today. What is it from?
Yes, do you remember where did we receive this from?
I think it was on our wedding. It was a gift from my sister.
Wow, you're very right, and it is very close to my heart because it shows me different world, different nations, different cultures, and it's very good to look every now and then to pray and to think about. And also it relates to the topic that we are going to be talking about today.
So, what is the topic for today?
Today's topic is multicultural marriage and God in it. Please be with us. Let's go. Hello, welcome to England. I'm here with my wife Amanda.
Yes, we're very happy to see all of you again, and we're here in southwest of England by a castle called Arundel. It's a very beautiful castle, and it's in a very pretty little village. So very welcome, and we're very happy to see all of you again.
So far it's been a beautiful coming here, the place around people, the village. It's wonderful. And we welcome you here, and come have a look whenever you're here in England. Definitely visit Arundel Castle. Wow, guys, this is a most beautiful place. It's really crazy. Behind us is like a small lake, which is so pretty, and forest, greenery everywhere. I love it. I love it. We actually were looking for a place to film and shoot for this event, and this is amazing. It blew my mind. It blew my expectation. Look at that. It's such a beautiful house there. Castle behind us, forest. What do you think, Amor?
Yeah, it's a really beautiful place, and you shouldn't miss it. If you're in England or in London, you should come down to Arundel to visit. It's really beautiful. Yeah, even though it's raining, it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah. England, you should expect rain any time of the day, every day, any day of the year. So it's very unexpected. You'll have 4 weathers in one day. So definitely it's raining at this moment, but we are enjoying it. We are captured by the beauty of the nature around this castle, captured by how amazing everything is built. Very good, very good.
So we were just passing by this beautiful little house, and we just decided to come and see what kind of house this is. It's a really beautiful place, and we're so happy that we stopped by. And it's a small little cottage with so many beautiful windows, beautiful details, and it's really lovely. So we hope that you can also have the opportunity to come. It's really close to the castle, so we're wondering what this house was made for. We don't really know, but it's a very interesting house.
And as you can see, I'm really shocked, and I'm very happy that I chose to listen to my friend Benjamin to come along to watch this castle. It blew my mind. I can kind of think, like, I'm just imagining what this house would represent at that time. Is it a place where Queen used to come, hang out with her friends, beautiful lake behind it? I'm just imagining how pretty this could have been at that time. But till today, it stands like a magnificent building.
really getting so surprised by the beauty of this place. As you can see, it's such a beautiful view. You can go like anywhere here basically, and wherever you go, there's a beautiful view. So in this place you could see like a lot of rabbits coming down on the road, cows, and probably also lots of wild animals that we didn't see them yet, but it's a very beautiful countryside here.
I just remembered like a thought that I have about the castles. After seeing these castles, after being here, I feel like our life is also, we need to build our life like a strong castle that we can defend anything that's not from God, anything that is not from the scripture, anything that disappoints God, anything that brings God sadness. We need to build our strong castles in our life to defend against them and stand firm in God. What do you think, Amma?
Amen. Yeah,
Amen?
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good thought. And yeah, we really need to stand strong as a castle and on a firm foundation that we can only build on God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what comes, that we will have our materials to defend against the enemy, as the scripture says in Ephesians chapter 6. Put on the full armor of God and be prepared to defend and fight the enemy. Do not let enemy to come in, and be the strong castle wherever God calls you to be, and prepare your life for that.
Hello everyone, it's so good to be here, and I'm very happy to see all of you here again. Today I would like to share some of my life. Just first I would like to introduce myself a little bit. So I'm married with Philip, that you have already heard a lot from, and I come originally from Sweden. And as Philip is from India, being married with someone from a different culture comes with a lot of challenges. And in today's topic, I would like to talk some about how it is to be in a multicultural marriage. So some of the things that I've learned is that no matter what happens, we need to have trust in each other. And especially, first of all, we need to trust in God. And I had to learn in the beginning of our walk together and getting to know Philip, I needed to be very sure that this was what God wanted for my life. That was the thing that came first. And later on after that, after getting to know each other, after taking the decision, we also had to learn to trust each other, because being from two different cultures, we are very, very different, and we think in different ways, and we say things in different ways, but we say something and we might mean, like, it comes with the background of what we actually mean with our words, and sometimes how we understand that is very different, how we understand what the other person says. So we need to be very open-minded and understand that we can sometimes have misunderstandings, and that we still need to overcome them in some ways, and learn to trust each other no matter what we see, what we hear. We still need to walk in trust. One of the big differences in our different cultures is the view of time and timing. So for me, as being Swedish, it's very important to always be on time for things, to follow some kind of routine in my days, to get up on a certain time when I know I have a lot of things to do, and yeah, like to have lunch and dinner at specific times is also a big thing, I think, as a Swedish person. We have that like in the back of our heads, like I'm not even a very schedule-oriented person, I'm a very like spontaneous person, but I still have that in the back of my head, like we always have breakfast and then we have lunch and then we have dinner, at least some sort of time range in my head. And for Indian people, it's not at all like that. Like time is not even, it's not at all that important. You can have dinner at 6 o'clock, but you can also have dinner at 11 or 12 o'clock in the night. It's not really of a big importance. And also when you get up in the morning, it's not really so important if you don't have a specific thing in the morning. So that's something that I've had to learn a lot, like to relax more in and not to worry too much about, or not to think too much about, but still we also need to help each other, and I believe we both help each other in that sense. I help my husband to be on time and to be more like driven to do more things, and to see what he can do like with his time, like to value time more. And he also helps me like to relax and to not be stressed about things so easily. And yeah, and to also value people a lot. Like the opposite thing of that, of valuing time a lot, is to value more like people and relationships. And that is something that I'm learning a lot about from our marriage. It's about like valuing my time with people, taking special times with friends and with people, even if I have a lot of things to do. Like at the moment I'm studying, as well as being part in missions and with church. So I need to sometimes just put those like those responsibilities aside and like take some time with people and with friends and build relationships. And that is something that I really appreciate and love a lot with our marriage. And yeah, so multicultural marriages come with a lot of challenges. And in my life, I think for a very long time I knew that I wanted to marry someone from a different culture, just because I really like challenges and I love different cultures. It's very, very interesting, and you learn so much, and we both have grown so much through this process. So our first 8 months of marriage now, and it's very, very exciting and very, like, yeah, it's very, very fun as well. Although there are many challenges, it's also a lot of fun. And I've also learned that it's so important to be open for change, as I mentioned earlier. And some of the changes that have happened, like specific changes that I've seen happening in my life, is like, first thing is with communication. How important it is that we communicate clearly and communicating more, sometimes communicating less about certain things, and to help each other to grow in that way. And also like practical things is that before I used to love drinking coffee, but my husband introduced like Indian chai tea to me. And since then I've loved it so much. So now every morning or whenever I can, I used to make that for him and for me. And sometimes he makes it for both of us. And that's something that I really like with this, with multicultural marriages. And we also learn a lot from each other's languages. He is trying to teach me his languages, and I'm trying to teach him Swedish. So he speaks 2 languages, so I need to learn both Hindi and Malayalam at the same time. So that's also a big challenge with our marriage, to be able to communicate with our families, because some people in his family only speak Malayalam and the rest speak both Malayalam and Hindi. And in my family, some of my family members only speak Swedish, so he has to learn Swedish as well to be able to communicate well with my family. So it's important to really be open for changes, be open to learn new things, and to be willing to transform in some areas, and to let go of some of the things that you might find important before getting married. So I'm not sharing this only about multicultural marriages, but it also applies to all marriages, because in all marriages we all come from different backgrounds, from different families, and in all families we have different things that we value and that are part of our culture. So it's so important for all of us, whenever we meet a big change in our life, or if we're gonna get married, that we are open for changes, and also willing to learn to take steps in trusting in other people and trusting in God first of all.
Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back, everyone. Good to see you.
As you can see, behind us is a castle that we came to visit, and here is a place called Black Rabbit. It's a very beautiful restaurant where we can have a relaxing time.
It seems to be really nice. We couldn't try it because they closed already, but it's a really great place, so you should really visit here.
As you can see, we are just outside the castle. Behind us is a very magnificent view of the castle, which is overwhelming, which is amazing. I can't express in words, so this is so good.
It's really beautiful for all people who loves castles, you should really come and see this one. It's a beautiful view from the outside and also from the inside.
Do you know some fun facts about this castle, Amor?
I believe it was built in the 1070s or something like that.
I think 1060s, 64,
Yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So it was built so long ago, and then it was rebuilt in the 1700s.
Wow.
Yeah. So it looks really strong, and like it could stand anything. Like any opponents who came against it, they would not be able to take it down. So I believe it was actually some people came to take over the castle twice. I read some facts about it, but I don't know exactly what happened. I think that's why it was rebuilt after that.
Yeah,
But it looks like it's such a strong castle now, and yeah, it's really impressive.
by the looks of it, it looks very strong and it can sustain anything that is
Yeah.
coming against it. And this leaves an impression of might and power.
We're so happy to be here. We found a really nice beach that is so beautiful, with a very beautiful view of the ocean. And this really reminded me of how God is our creator and how He loves creating, how He loves beauty and to make beautiful things. And He also loves to keep continuing creating, actually. So He also creates in us still today. And He wants to keep making us more and more perfect and more like Him.
I love this nature, the calming noise of the sea, like when it hits the shore, is so relaxing, so calm, and it reminds me of spending time with God. And as you can see, just behind in the clouds, such a beautiful picture by God today.
Yeah.
That reminds me of His creation.
Yes, and the castle was so close from here. We took the car from the castle and we got here in just about 12 to 15 minutes drive. So it's really close and it's really worth it to come here right after the castle. So it's too close not to come here.
And it's not complicated at all to come here. It was very easy, very quick, and it's worth it. After the visit in castle, to come here is worth it.
It's so calm and so quiet, and you can really just relax and enjoy your time here. So we had a wonderful day and we visited beautiful places today and with our lovely friends who came with us the whole time, keeping up with us.
And we are trying to finish our day with a lovely meal. I have an ultimate burger, she has a pizza, and our friends here is also going to enjoy with us.
Yeah, so we're in a great restaurant. We will enjoy this meal with our lovely friends.
Bye-bye.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the last session. I would like to continue with sharing some more about my experience in going to India together with Philip, with my husband. So for me, that was a really, very incredible experience, and I really enjoyed it a lot. Something that I really, I'm very happy for as well is that before getting married to Philip, I was part of Youth with a Mission, YWAM, for about 7 years, which is a mission organization who reaches out to unreached people, to people in need, and who loves to share about God to everyone. With YWAM, I've been to South America, and I lived in South America for 2 years. And that has really helped me also to understand and to be able to connect with and understand other cultures. So that really helped me in our marriage as well. Something that I learned from South America was also about how to value, how people are so much more valued than time and being on time. If you have like an important meeting with a person, that's much more important than going to the next thing that you have in the day and being on time for that. So that's something that I really appreciate with that culture. It's about valuing people. And that's something that I also saw in India, that people are very valued, and and that people love receiving guests, whatever time of the day. Sometimes we went to people's house at around 8 o'clock in the evening and having dinner with them around 9 or 10 o'clock and not leaving until 12 o'clock in the night. And that's something that people have no problem with. They're really happy and enjoy the time, spending time together. So that's something that was also very different for me in India, that I was not very used to before. I was going to different families and going visiting so many different people, and everyone are very welcoming and very loving and caring and very serving. Something else that was a little bit shocking for me with India was that there was almost no other white people or foreigners wherever we went, which was, we were close to Mumbai, but a little bit outside of the city. And wherever we went, there was always people were always giving a lot of attention to me or looking at me, which could be a bit uncomfortable. But that was also something that was very different for me. And I believe that, as I'm a Christian and walking with God, I believe that God can use that a lot, even already have used it some, but we'll also be using that a lot in the future. And I hope to be able to reach out to many people in India whenever we go there to visit, or if we will go there for a longer time in the future, which we don't know yet. But I really loved visiting India, and especially I loved the hot climate, how it's very warm everywhere. I really enjoyed that. And also especially we went to visit Kerala, which is in the south of India. And I really enjoyed that a lot with all the nature. It's very green, and there's a lot of things that you can use from the nature there. We had a special drink from some palm tree fruit that was very, very delicious. And also coconut drinks, we had a lot in India. And yeah, I really love that part, all the tropical things that you do there. So that was a very good experience for me. And I really loved meeting all the people, and especially a lot of family members to Philip, who also I'm the first foreigner to marry someone from his family, which I think impacted them a lot, because for everyone, wherever we went, it was something very special, and everyone gathered around us whenever we went to visit anyone. And something else that was very different for me was that all the food wherever we went, it was very spicy food. We always ate spicy food. Wherever you go in India, it will always be very spicy. And I really liked it, but sometimes it was a bit too much for me, I think. Also with the heat, and eating spicy food was sometimes a bit difficult. But in general, I really enjoyed it. I really like the food that they make, and it's such a big variety of food. They make many different dishes for each meal, which is different for me. From Sweden, we usually make maybe 3 dishes, which is meat and rice or potatoes and vegetables. But in India, they have maybe 10 different dishes for one meal, which is very interesting and very good. You get to try many different things, and you can take whatever you like from it. And so something that I've really seen in our lives about being married in a multicultural marriage is to sum up what I've just said in the earlier session also, is how important it is to have trust in a marriage. And that is just as you know, in the activity for today, we visited a castle, and in the castle it has very strong walls all around it. And in our marriage, walking together, we need to have that intimacy and also build up that trust. And we also build it on a firm foundation. So a firm foundation needs to be God, and together with Him we need to build a strong foundation of trust and strong walls of trust around our intimate and our strong family relationship. So that is something that I would like to encourage all of you with, if you're in a relationship, if you're recently getting married or planning to get married, to have, first of all, to walk in holiness and walk in holiness with God and in righteousness, and let Him lead you in every step of the way. and build a relationship first of all on Him, and build a strong trust before you take steps in intimacy. Okay, I would also like to share a Bible verse with you. That it says in Romans 12, verse 2. It says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will." And it's so important. It has been so important for me in my marriage as well, to let God renew and transform my mind. Because sometimes I get stuck in my own mindset instead of opening up my mind and see a different perspective. So whenever we're in a relationship or in a marriage, we need to be able to open up our mind to see the other person's perspective, and also allow God to keep transforming our lives and our minds. And that is so important, to have that humility to allow God to transform us, and being open to share our thoughts, to share our mindsets, so that the other person can also help us to transform and renew our minds. Yes, I hope you will have a great day and be blessed, and hope to see you soon.